So we're just going to get into it. This is going to be all over the place. This isn't like scripted or anything, but I really wanted to connect with you guys on a deep one-on-one level here and just chat with you guys. It's Halloween and it's a Friday night, very cozy, whatever. So I don't use this word loosely I don't use this word loosely, and I don't think I got fully there, but I think I hit burnout. I do. I think that, and so let me backtrack. So what happened is I got sick, okay? I got sick and it was really weird. So it was probably about 2 weeks ago. And I eat very healthy, okay? I really watch what I eat. I don't eat out. I cook all my meals. Not only does it save a lot of money, but it's also very healthy. And I really started that at the end of 2023, all of 2024 and 2025. And it's a lifestyle at this point. Like I wouldn't do anything differently. Like that's just like what I do. So I eat very well. I work out. Like I try to be as health conscious as possible because as a Reiki master intuitive healer, this vessel needs to be as clear as possible. And I do. I eat very healthy. So there was one day where we was running out of things to eat, and we were waiting on going to the grocery store. Right? It was like a Thursday, and we were going to go to the grocery store on Saturday, but I have been so busy with clients, right? So if you guys don't know, like I work a full-time job, and I work 80 hours a week, and I'm so grateful for my job. Like I love the people that I work with. I love what I do. I get to work from home. I have a really good work-life balance. I make pretty decent money. Like I'm very, very grateful. For me to work on my YouTube videos and my Patreon and my clients, it's either fitting it all in the weekend, which I am fine with doing because I have deep passion for it, or it's work 8 hours a day and then film the videos at night. So I've been like really testing this and the methods that the structure and the routines that I've been wanting to do. And so because of that, our Jaco and my routine is that on the weekends we do our grocery shopping, and because I work from home, it's one of the only like ways that I actually get out of the house is like go through grocery shopping, go to Sephora for like skincare and stuff like that, and it gets me out of the house and I feel really, really good doing it. So I'm trying to find this balance of like, okay, do I have more clients, which my schedule has been filling up, and I absolutely love my clients. And then I also have to film, and if I want to do 3 videos a week, when am I going to get that done, and when am I going to get the Patreon done? And it was to a point where we had no food in the fridge. And when I say no food, like we'd have food, but it was a thing where like we ran out of our chicken, and we ran out of our turkey and ground chicken and chicken thighs and whatever. So the only thing that we had in the house was ground beef. And it was ground beef, and it was like 15% fat, 85% lean, okay? So we cooked it, and I ate it for lunch and dinner. Ground beef. I had half avocado for lunch and half avocado for dinner. I had my creamy shake at night, which is literally so good. If you guys don't have the creamy blender, it's so good. It's literally milk, my 2 scoops of Orgain protein, and then I just like freeze it in the freezer. And then 6 hours later, I put it in the creamy, and it mixes. Literally tastes like a milkshake or like an ice cream. To me, it tastes like a chocolate frosty from Wendy's, which I don't eat anymore, but it's so good. Anyways, so I had that meal, And that night, my stomach started hurting like really bad. And it started like cramping. And then the next morning, I woke up and it was like cramping, cramping, cramping. And it felt the same way that it felt like to me last year when I was on keto and I would do MCT oil and my stomach just could not handle it. I don't know if anyone does MCT oil. I know a lot of people like to mix it in their like coffee or their tea. I don't know tea so much, but coffee. And it's supposed to give you like energy, especially if you're on like a ketogenic diet. I don't do keto anymore, but I did it last year in 2024 for, I think it was 12 weeks. But anyways, so I automatically thought about what I ate and I was like, oh, I did have a really high fat diet yesterday. And my stomach does feel the same way like it did when I would take the MCT oil, which was high fat. It was just like oil and fat. So, literally, long story short, that was literally 2 weeks ago because I'm filming this on October 31st, Halloween. So, this happened 2 weeks ago. And literally, like all day Friday, cramping, cramping, cramping. Saturday was cramping. And then I basically had like, it looked like a stomach bug. Okay. And I'm not going to get into details. But I was struggling for a good week and a half. Like, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. Thank God I was able to make it through my sessions because I had 2 clients that weekend and I was able to make it through. And I was just praying. I was like, please, like angels, guides, like spirit guides, spirit angels, God, universe, like calling all my angels, like please let me get through these sessions because I don't want to let down my clients, but I also just wasn't feeling right. And so then it was so bad that after Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it didn't get any better by Monday. So then I saw the doctor on Tuesday. And he was just like, yeah, like you pissed off your gallbladder. You had a really high fat diet. So I don't know if you guys know this, which I'm learning it, but liver produces bile and then stored in the gallbladder. So anytime that you have like a high fat diet, the gallbladder releases bile into your stomach, into your small intestines, and the bile helps break down the fat. So the doctor was equating my super high fat diet with upsetting my gallbladder. And I understood it. Like it made sense. I had like a really high fat diet. I understand that. Well, you want to know what's crazy is Jaco did the same exact thing 2 days later. He had a really high fat diet and he had a stomach bug. The same time I had a stomach bug. And you would think, oh, it's like viral. You guys shared something. No, I went to the doctor. He went to the doctor. He was eating very high fat food. I was eating very high fat food, or I had a day of high fat food. And we just happened to get it at the same time. It was so weird. And Jaco looked at me and he goes, are you sure you didn't eat anything else? Because like you're still struggling and it's been a week and a half. And the more I thought about it, I swear you guys, I had an intuitive hit when I was sick. And I was walking around the house one day and literally just walking in this living room and I heard human design, like look into human design. And I've heard of human design here and there with my Reiki colleagues and my mentor. Like I've heard people talk about human design before, but I really didn't look into it. So I pull up my human design chart and I found out that I am a projector. So if you know what your human design is, leave it in the comment section below because I'm really interested. And basically, I found out that I'm a projector. And if you're not aware of human design, it's basically taking your birth date, your birth time, and the place that you were born. And it tells you like what type of energy type you are. And I am a projector, which is only 20% of the population. And projectors need a lot of rest. They need a lot of rejuvenation. And projectors are told that we do not have unlimited life force in our sacral. Our sacral is undefined, okay? So I was looking into this and it literally was like an aha moment. Like, I knew that I had a high fat diet, but it did not make sense to me that I was literally out for like a week and a half, like eating applesauce, rice cakes, pot. Like, I was struggling. And that's not like me. I haven't been sick in 2 years, thank God. I haven't been sick in 2 years. I have a very good immune system. So it all made sense to me. I'm like, I think I burnt out. Because projectors are very known to burn out because we are conditioned by the world around us, which is made up of 70% generators or manifesting generators. And I am trying to work harder and produce more content for the YouTube community, for you guys. And I am not built to sustain that much pressure. I'm not. It's not in my energy type. That's not what a projector does. And that's not saying that projectors don't work hard. You have very successful people that are projectors, but they need their rest or they will burn out. And when I was researching into projectors in human design, it said that's why a lot of projectors get illness, burnout, have autoimmune, like this and that, because they don't recharge, they don't take the time to rest. And then I was looking deeper into it and I found out that my mom is a projector and she's a lot better now at resting, but she had to be forced into resting because she ended up having to get a meniscus root tear surgery on her knee where she couldn't walk on her left knee and was non-weight bearing for 6 weeks. So that is what forced her to slow down. And she's slowly being able to work out again and do it, but she was forced to slow down, right? And the more I thought about it, I'm like, wow, like I really think that's what happened. Like, you guys, it would literally be, I would work my nine to 5. I would get my 30-minute workout done for strength training during lunch. I would continue working. At 5 p.m., I would immediately go into my Reiki studio, film a 30-minute video, and I would do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Mind you, after my videos, I would get my 10,000 steps, then I would cook, then I would do my skincare, shower. And I don't have kids. I don't understand how people do it. I don't. And I don't want a child right now. I'm never going to say never. But I just don't understand how people do it. Now, I know it's different for me because I really want to grow this community and I really want to be visible in the healing space, right? But it just made sense to me. And so not only was I overproducing content, right? Then I have a Patreon and then I have clients on the weekend. So I was constantly go, like I wasn't really resting and I was still getting my sleep. I was still taking care of myself, but it was just too much for my projector energy type. And that's what I've learned now. And to top it all off, these past few months back when I was going and talking about change over the year from May until now, it's been so much deep transformation for not only me and for my family around me. Okay? And I don't know how far I want to get into it, but I'm just going to say this, that I've had Jaco, I've had my mom, and I've had my grandma in a 2 to 3 month time frame, all have hospital visits. And they were all like unexpected. Okay? All unexpected. 4th of July, my man ends up getting AFib. I had to take him to the emergency room 4th of July at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Thank God he's okay. He's doing so well now with lifestyle changes. That was July 4th. July 28th, my mom went to the hospital for heart issues. Okay, her heart is strengthening now, thank God. She's doing well. She's doing fine. Her heart is strengthening. She's working with cardiologist. The beginning of October of this month, my grandmother, 87-year-old grandmother who watches my YouTube channel, she goes to Vegas with my aunt and my mom. My grandma ends up having to go to the hospital and get emergency surgery because she ended up having sepsis because there was a tear in her upper intestine. She's in Vegas. I'm in Cincinnati. So she's 4 hours away by flight. I was a nervous wreck, no control over the situation, didn't know what was going to happen, didn't know if she was going to make it because the surgery was so unexpected, and because of her age, it was a risky surgery. So I have all of that. My partner, my mom, my grandma, all on top of that, very busy work schedule, all on top of that, producing more and more and more content, adding a Patreon, getting more clients, doing 3 videos a week. Do y'all get what I'm saying when I say I think I hit burnout? It's been a lot. And I'm so grateful that everyone is okay. My grandma is back home, thank goodness. But I think with the stomach bug and finding out that I'm a projector, and not only just me being a projector, but all that's been happening, okay? I need to take time for rest and healing. And I don't think that I can continue, nor do I want to continue producing 3 videos a week on YouTube, because to me it feels out of alignment. And it's this slippery slope where YouTube, you have to feed the beast. You have to keep posting content in order to be seen, in order to be visible, which is my goal, to help change the community, the collective, for deep healing and transformation, relaxation, whatever you watch my videos for. So I know that I need to produce the content, but I believe that if I approach it of doing it when I feel drawn to do it, and doing it when I have the energy to do it, the videos are going to have way more magnetism to it. And that is my goal. That is my goal ultimately, is for you to feel the magnetism in the videos. And if I don't embody what rest and healing and rejuvenation looks like for me, then you guys are going to feel that in the videos. Because it's all about energy, right? So I'm not going to be able to produce 3 videos a week on YouTube. I don't think that's even going to be possible, like, indefinitely, probably for a while. I do have a Patreon, which I still love the Patreon, because I'm able to post videos on Patreon that doesn't make sense for YouTube. So there's about like I think 30 to 40 videos on the Patreon that are specific for like each emotion. So like let's say that there's a video for anxiety, right? There's like a 1 to 3 minute video on anxiety specifically. So anytime that you feel anxiety, you can just go to the Patreon and you can watch the 3 minute video on anxiety, release it quickly for you, and it will always be there for you. I think that is so crucial for people to have. It's $7 a month, $7.77 a month, okay? Think of that as like your energetic toolkit whenever you need it, whenever you need a quick energetic alignment or quick fix, or you have panic or anxiety or loneliness or regret wash over you, you can release it. I don't want to, that doesn't even make sense for me to post that on YouTube because that's not how the platform of YouTube works. So I still love the Patreon, and I still think the Patreon is very beneficial. So now what I need to strategize is, okay, what is this content on YouTube going to look like? And what is the content on Patreon going to look like? And to be honest with you, not only am I a projector, so I don't have unlimited life force energy in my sacral. My sacral is undefined. Not only that, so I have to be very selective about when I do produce content. It needs to be more intentional and it needs to be more strategic because I don't generate my own life force energy. Not only that, but we have to think about what I'm doing in these sessions. 3 videos a week on YouTube of 30 minutes of energy alignment, Reiki intuitive healing session. It doesn't matter how much I ground myself. It doesn't matter how much I ground the collective. It doesn't matter how much I bubble up myself and bubble up the collective. It is still going to be energetically draining on me, on top of working 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, on top of being a projector, on top of having 2 to 4 clients a weekend. That's continuing to grow. It's not sustainable. And when I had the GI bug issue that I think was manifested through burnout, that was my wake-up call. That was my wake-up call. Because how am I going to sit there and talk about rest and healing and taking time for yourself when I'm not doing it? That makes no sense. And the problem is like I said earlier, according to human design, the population is made up of 70% generators or manifesting generators. They have unlimited life force energy to give. So I am comparing myself to someone like my Reiki teacher, for example, who I really look up to, my Reiki mentor, who I really look up to because she has a very successful business, and ultimately that's what I want to do. But realistically, do I think that I could do 15 to 18 clients a week like she does? Knowing my projector type, probably not. She's a generator. I'm a projector, and I'm not saying that to like be like to give myself less credit and say, oh, I can't do it because of this. But when I read about human design and when I read what it means to be a projector, it was like so validating because it resonated with me so deeply. How about this? How about my projector, like my number, my profile? Let me know in the comment section below what your human design profile is. Mine is 6'2", okay? That is 6 stands for role model and 2 stands for the hermit. So I am in alignment with YouTube, with Patreon, right? Being out there in the community. That is my profile type of being the role model. And that's why I'm so passionate about doing what I preach, embodying what I talk about on my channel. But I also have hermit in me in my profile, which means I need seclusion. So not only am I projector, which needs more healing, but I also have hermit in my profile. And I just literally, it was a huge, huge wake up call for me. So I still haven't decided on what this channel is going to look like. Like I'm sure I will continue to do Reiki and intuitive healing sessions on my YouTube. But to be honest with you guys, I really love connecting and just doing this. Like, this actually feels very recharging to me right now. It's just to talk to you and to tell you how I feel and to tell you what I've been going through and have like a deep chat moment, right? This feels very good, and I haven't done it in a while, and it feels very recharging to me. And what I was noticing was that when I was doing the collective healing sessions, I was feeling like I was just doing it because it felt like it was expected of me and not doing it because I wanted to do it. And that's not a good place either. And another thing that it talks about in human design for a projector, especially a 6'2" profile, is how I need to be and to feel the energetic exchange of the healing that I am sending out. So I am so appreciative of the comments, of the love, of the likes, of the shares, of the hypes. I'm so appreciative of that. We just hit 5K subscribers. I'm so appreciative of that. But do you want to know what fulfills me the most that I've been doing right now? It's working with my clients. Because when I work with my clients, I am connecting at an energetic level with them. And it fills up my cup when I see the transformation. I feel in a way disconnected with YouTube because I'm not with you as you experience the transformation. There was a subscriber who emailed me about 2 weeks ago, and it meant so much to me because it was just a simple note, and it said, "Thank you for the healing," and it was a picture of her and her 2 dogs in the bed watching my video. That meant so much to me because I was able to see it in real time, that I was making an impact. And I know I'm making an impact. I see the comments, I see the shares, but it kind of desensitizes it in a way because I can't connect at an energetic frequency to an energetic frequency, right? And so I'm thinking about doing group healing sessions. That would be it would be in Zoom. I made a post about it earlier. If you want to join, it's $33 a month on Patreon, or I'm going to be offering, if you don't want to join the Patreon and you just want to join the collective healing sessions, the live collective healing sessions on Zoom on a monthly basis, it would be $44 a month, or you could do $33 on Patreon if it's like a reoccurring subscription. But the reason why I implemented that is because I was asking ChatGPT, just trying to learn more about my human design. And I'm probably going to be doing a human design reading with like an actual person, to know, like, okay, now I have this information. What does that look like for me? What does that look like for my business? What does that look like for someone like me who is an entrepreneur and creating a business, an energy practice? And, how does that look like for me, for someone who needs to balance all of it, right? And to rest. Because I want to rest, but I also want to get things done. So I don't know. I'm still trying to find that balance out. But anyways, I was talking to ChatGPT about it, and I said, knowing my profile, knowing that I'm a projector, knowing my human design, knowing that I burned out, what are the best strategies that I could do to continue to grow my business while not burning out. And it said, really hone in with the client sessions, but I still need to be vigilant on that, because I'm not the type of person who could do 5 sessions in a day, or I will burn out, because I'm not a generator. So what I did was I adjusted my calendar to only 2 sessions on a Sunday. So if you want a healing session with me, it's going to be on Sunday, and there's only 2 spots. Okay? So, and that's just going to be for November, and we're going to test out if I can do 3. But right now it's just 2, okay? But so it was really hone in with the clients, and it was also doing the group healing sessions, because in the group healing session, it's going to be like 45 minutes. I'll get to see your face, and I'll be able to feel the energetic exchange. I feel good when I see the healing and I experience the healing. And I'm very clairsentient too. So when I work with my clients and I feel the energy shift, it feels very uplifting to me. And when we're always told in Reiki, when you give Reiki, you get Reiki. So that's why I'm really going to hone in on the clients, continuing with the clients, but we're not doing like 4 a week. We're doing 2 on Sunday. And we're going to be implementing the group healing session. So more information on the group healing session. I'm thinking about doing it once a month. Hopefully we can get the first one out in November. Leave it in the comment section below if you would be interested in that. I would love to work with you guys at a group level. And also continuing to honor the Patreon. Okay. But YouTube is the one that I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do on the Patreon. Because this feels really good just talking to you guys the way I'm talking to you right now. And maybe I can, do it where it's like talking about healing, talking about transformation, talking about what I see, themes that I see in the healing world, and how we can assist ourselves in the healing journey. And maybe I could just talk about like more about spirituality, and every once in a while I'll do like a Reiki intuitive healing session. I don't know. All I know is that what I was doing was not sustainable. Okay? So if you're someone who watches me just for the Reiki, just for the intuitive healing session, and you want guaranteed Reiki and intuitive healing, I would join the Patreon. $7.77 a month. And if you can't, that's okay. I have 300 videos on YouTube, I believe, that you can go back and watch. The healing will always be there for you. And again, I'm not saying I will never do Reiki or intuitive healing on my YouTube. I just need space to rest. And then with that rest will come more clarity. And will come more intuitive hits and downloads. Okay? That felt really good to tell you, right? Deep breaths. That felt very cathartic for me. And like I said, it feels very validating to know that I am the type of person that needs rest more, because it all makes sense. And I'm still trying to find the balance of all of it and to grow a business. But what I'm told about human design with projectors is the more that I'm rested, and the more that I'm rested, the more that I am aligned energetically. And the more that I'm aligned energetically, the more that it magnetizes opportunities and more abundance. because the alignment for projector is success. And the out of alignment for a projector, out of alignment theme for a projector is bitterness. And to be 100% honest with you guys, I was starting to get bitter. I was starting to get better, even know that my YouTube channel is growing, and, you know, looking at other channels and seeing people, you know, Reiki people or spiritual people have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and then me in the comment section seeing people say, I don't understand how you don't have more subscribers than you do. I don't either. And I'm not saying that to be like arrogant or cocky. And so I think that's really where the bitterness is coming from, was because I'm producing all of this, and it's like the algorithm isn't like really pushing my videos. And I know the algorithm is pushing my videos. Like I said, we just hit 5K subscribers. And I know I'm so supportive, and I have amazing viewers and subscribers. I see all your comments. It does not go unnoticed. But that's how I knew that I was out of alignment, was I was getting bitter. And it all made sense. Okay? So that's what I wanted to say in this video. If you have made it to the end, thank you so much for listening to me, supporting me. The invitation is open for you, because that's what we also talk about with projectors, is we have to wait for the invitation. We have to make ourselves visible and then wait for the invitation. So I am waiting for the invitation of you joining my Patreon if you choose, to schedule a healing session if you would like. But I'm visible, and I'm just going to rest and wait for the invitation. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about with human design. If not, I highly recommend looking into it, because it makes a lot of sense. So anyways, happy Halloween if you celebrate. That's another thing I was going to talk about. This is already 44 minutes in, but I also wanted to say this. It is Halloween. Leave it in the comments section below, since you guys are spiritually attuned like me and understand, like, are on the same spiritual wavelength as I am, okay? How do y'all feel about Halloween? Because, first of all, I'm going to say, and I don't know about y'all, but I feel like every October in the past 3 years, something has happened in October for me personally. So like 3 years ago, my grandpa died in October. It was like October 25th. And then 2 years ago, my grandmother died, passed away. She was like October 29th. And then last October, there was like a health scare in the family. And then this October, my grandmother had the emergency surgery in Vegas. And like also like weird things is going on in October. Like, and then Jaco, he was like, well, my mom always says that October is like, I don't know, like she doesn't get good vibes from October because of Halloween. And I don't want to sound like super conspiracy theory, but I was literally thinking about this the other day, and I said, what is the point of Halloween? Every other holiday that we have, there's a point. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Father's Day, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day. What is the point of Halloween? To hand out candy to kids? No, what's the point? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to sound unhinged in this, but it makes sense. And it's like the scary movies, right? First of all, I've never been able to deal with scary movies. I hate the popping out. I can't stand it. I've never been able to stand it. And I don't watch them. I hate haunted houses. I hate popping out. And I just don't like feeling fearful like that. I don't get that rush. And I saw on TikTok where it was like, how actually watching movie or scary movies is actually not good for you mentally and emotionally because your brain can't, like your brain doesn't know if that is like real threat or fake threat. So you're when you're watching a scary movie, it like messes with your nervous system and it taps you into like a sympathetic state. Leave it in the comment section below. Do you guys like resonate with Halloween? Do you think it's like negative energy? I don't know how I feel about it anymore. Like at first I thought that it was like, oh, it's like spooky and it's spooky season and it's cute and blah blah blah. I just and I love fall. I don't love fall. I like spring and summer better. But I like fall. I like the orange leaves. I like the cozy feeling. I like, the pumpkins and the pumpkin patches, but all the other, like, the other things that's a part of the fall, like Halloween, scary movies, going out and binge drinking at Halloween parties. Y'all know how I feel about alcohol. It's poison, and I think it lowers your frequency, and it opens you up for negative energies to attach to you if you're not careful. Alcohol is trash. It's a poison. Literally, it's a type 3 carcinogen, I believe. Or no, it's the third leading cause of cancer. It's a type 1 carcinogen, I believe. Alcohol is trash. I'm sorry. So the whole like Halloween party thing and let's get drunk and hammered, like that to me, like that does not appeal to me. And it lowers my vibration as a conduit of healing. So why would I do that? But it just doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. But anyways, happy Halloween. If you guys resonate with Halloween, if you guys are celebrating Halloween, happy Halloween. Thank you for being here with me tonight, listening to me. I really do appreciate the love and the support. And stay tuned for everything that I have discussed. And stay tuned for different content on YouTube. And I hope that you join me along the way with all this new content that I'm going to be producing. And that's another thing too, is I'm not going to be so rigid and committed on the timing of the videos. So what it was every Sunday, every Tuesday, every Thursday, there was a video at 5 p.m. Like I was so rigid and structured on that routine. It ain't gonna be that way now. It's gonna be when I feel inspired, when I feel drawn to, like tonight, Halloween night, I felt drawn to do this video. I wanted to do this video, okay? And it might post at 5 p.m., it might post at 1 p.m., it might post at 1 a.m. It won't post at 1 a.m. because I get my sleep. But don't expect expect more spontaneous uploads from me. So if you're not already subscribed and click on the notification bell so that you are notified every time that I post a video, so you don't have to guess like when I'm going to be posting. You get a notification on your device when I post. All right, everybody, I hope you have an amazing night, day, whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much for being with me here on this journey, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.